Practice problem number 4 says that the table shows a relationship between 5 students and each student's favorite type of movie, and then they want to know which statement below is true. Before we take a look at the table, we see all the statements, or all the answer choices, are focused on whether or not the relationship shown in the table can be considered a function. So again, we're going to focus on the definition of a function. Here, instead of numbers, we have people, but that's fine. You can use people as inputs and outputs. Anything can be a function. In this case, the people probably would get mapped with variables eventually, which could be close to numbers. So we've copied this table on the whiteboard. We're going to focus on, can this relationship between people or students and the movies that they like be considered a function? If the students are our input, as the table shows us, and the movie type's the output, we just need to see that every student, every input, has exactly one favorite type of movie. We see Penelope only shows up in the table once. She said comedy's her favorite movie, so we know if Penelope's the input, comedy is her output. There's no other possibility. Same for Rebecca. She only shows up in the table once. If Rebecca's the student, the input, we know what the movie type is. Each input for Rebecca only got one output. Same thing for Samir, Tatiana, and Victor. Each one of them only appears in the table once. So even though 2 people, Samir and Penelope, have the same output, it still meets the definition of a function, because if we give you the input, P, R, S, T, or V, whichever one of these 5 students we give you, you're going to know exactly what the output is. So it is a function. It totally meets the definition of a function. Every input appears only once. So that tells us that C and D are going to be distractors for this problem. And then we need to focus on our reasoning for A and B. Which one has better reasoning? Answer choice A says because all relationships are functions. We know that's not true. Only the relationships where each input gets one output. And then we'll just confirm the reasoning here for part B, because each input has exactly one output. That meets the definition of a function that we've been working with all day. So that's how we know answer choice B is the correct answer.